The Resident Evil 4 Remake offers an extensive replayability value. With 31 weapons, 14 outfits, and 4 difficulty settings, each run has the potential to be unique. While each of these runs are inherently unique, there are certain items that will remain fixed, unaltered, and predictable. For example, the green herb Leon stumbles across in the opening section of the run, the pistol ammo acquired after escaping the initial house, and every single piece of treasure ever discovered throughout the run. But what if we modified the game to introduce complete randomness, making every item you pick up a product of chance? You think that's some shiny jewellery you're picking up in the abandoned factory? Nope, it's the slimy left eyeball of Bitores Mendez. This randomizer mod was created by this guy. They stated in the description that this mod randomizes every object and treasure into another item once picked up. You can obtain items, weapons, attachments, knives, ammo, and treasures. To ensure the game doesn't soft lock, the only items exempt from randomization are the key items. The last thing you want is to pull out a unicorn horn instead of Luis's laboratory key just as you're on the verge of saving Ashley.
What the fuck?
So with all of that in mind, let's find out what challenges we face when we completely randomize Resident Evil 4. Typically, when making these videos, I tend to fast forward straight to the village section since the beginning isn't as interesting. However, this video is different because only moments after starting the game, I came across a peaceful little birdie. A peaceful little birdie who now had a bullet hole in his head. The true power of the randomizer can be seen here because deep inside the crevices of this little birdie's pockets, I found an item labeled as gunpowder. After picking said gunpowder up, it morphed into a stingray. A stingray. I mean, the Resident Evil world is pretty harsh, so finding a little crow strapped with a semi-auto rifle is pretty plausible. Now I'll need to be vigilant this entire run in case other crows find out what happened here and seek retribution. Unfortunately, this stingray wasn't loaded with any ammo, so it's merely a paperweight for now. By the time I'd gotten to the village and encountered my first enemy, I had a stingray, TMP, and CQBR assault rifle in my inventory, all of which had no ammo. Lack of ammo is an ongoing theme in this one, so get used to it. I've not mentioned it either, but I'm playing on hardcore difficulty for this run, and I'm currently in the village with only a knife and my feet. This challenge is going to be tough. Having searched every dresser and wardrobe in the village, I managed to loot enough bullets to take down the chainsaw guy and kill enough ganados to end the village sequence. Moving forward, the farm section wasn't overly challenging, albeit the brute cowman really packs a punch. Despite being beaten like a piñata at a kid's birthday party, Leon left this area with more jewellery than Lil Uzi. After saving Luis, the big man took us from behind and stole all of our beautiful, randomized weapons and jewellery. Normally during this section you can scavenge a knife from a fallen ganado's body. Unfortunately for Leon, this knife randomized into money. Out of all the items in the game I could have possibly received, I got 100 pesetas. Devoid of my weapons, I had to make a break for it and run past everyone, open the door to my gear and roll inside. I must praise the randomizer in that during this entire run I always had plenty of small keys to open any locked drawers. Although after finding Mendez's eye a bit too early, I wish I hadn't opened it. I limped over to the merchant, weighed down by all of the gold chains and grills hanging out of my pockets. After giving the merchant my freshly looted treasures, he offered me a whopping 300k. This run is gonna be fun. With my newly acquired fortune, I fully upgraded my shotgun, knife, and stingray. Now all I needed to do was find some ammo. I decided to test my new weapons out in the area up ahead and even managed to add to my arsenal after finding a broken butterfly. This would make a big difference for boss battles. It would be a shame if I were to die at the very end of the section and lose it. Attempt number 2 didn't go much better after someone slipped some dynamite into my pocket. We don't talk about attempt number 3, but luckily during attempt number 4 I managed to escape. The lack of ammo in this randomizer is really starting to affect me now. Fortunately, after walking into a tripwire, the chainsaw guy up ahead didn't take that many bullets to kill. As a reward for killing him, I was given an exclusive upgrade ticket, which is equivalent to finding at least 60k. Mad that I stole his eye earlier in the run, Mendez came out of nowhere and slapped us harder than Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Just for bullying me, I'm gonna make sure I find every last one of his eyeballs. Before making my way to the church, I decided to use the exclusive upgrade on my riot gun. Since my ammo is so limited, I want to make sure every bullet I do shoot makes an impact. Leon's having a lucky day today because after passing the church and killing a few enemies in the bridge, I found another exclusive upgrade. That bridge area was pretty easy too. I walked away with as much ammo as I started with. The same could be said about the fish pond area, albeit this felt more fun. Having fully upgraded weapons this early on in the game almost feels like cheating. But that feeling is offset by my lack of ammo, and combined with the difficulty still makes this run challenging. Del Lego tried to eat me for killing all of his friends earlier, but he didn't succeed. He was close though. I was kinda hoping my harpoon would randomize into a rocket launcher, but I wasn't so lucky. Starting off chapter 4, Leon was tasked with finding 2 goat heads to gain access to the church key. You would imagine that this is part of the randomizer if you didn't have context. Before searching for the goat heads, I grabbed a merchant's side quest. He wanted me to pick up a golden chicken egg. This wasn't going to be easy since everything is so Oh, would you look at that? The literal next item I picked up was a golden chicken egg. With the golden egg safely secured in Leon's pockets, I fought my way through some ganados. Stabbed a few, blew some up, lit some on fire, normal RE stuff. After killing every ganado, I collected my first goat head and travelled back to the main lake area to pick myself up a red 9. Or so I thought. It seems my luck had ended. What was supposed to be a red 9 was instead 100 pesetas. Things evened out a few moments later when instead of a golden chicken egg, I received a new black-tailed pistol. It's no red 9, but it's certainly an upgrade. I picked up my second goat head, stored Mendez's second eyeball inside of it, and then unlocked the church key. Before fighting El Gigante, I figured I'd sell a few of my treasures to the merchant, who beat his previous offer and gave me 384k for this one. I upgraded my case and saved the rest for later. I don't know where Leon is putting over 530,000 coins, but I'll let you imagine that one. It was during the El Gigante fight that I really noticed how helpful ammo can be. I went into the fight with less than 10 bullets. After depositing my measly amount of ammo into El Gigante's head, I looted both of the nearby shacks and dumped those bullets into him too. All this did was make some worms break out of his back and anger him. Without a bullet in sight and no crafting materials to my name, I went to a last resort. I spent the next 5 minutes chopping his dick off. Sometimes when you're all out of options, you have to play dirty. In return, he punched the absolute crap out of me so many times that by the end of the fight, I had used 5 heals. By the end of the fight, my knife was as blunt as Snoop Dogg's breakfast, but we did it. With only a butter knife for protection, I journeyed back to the church to rescue Ashley. Ashley and I only had a single magnum bullet between us, so we took the passive route and ran through the graveyard area. Typically, as soon as we were clear of all enemies, we found a striker shotgun. I sold all my treasures and riot gun to the merchant for 190k and upgraded the striker fully instead. I also bought a red 9 off the merchant and upgraded it fully, including the exclusive upgrade. That cost a little more than 100 pesetas. With our newly upgraded paperweights, we made our way through the farm, snatched another one of Mendez's eyes, and hunkered down in Luis's mansion. I was scared going into this section. I've had to run past everyone so far this chapter, and I knew the mansion offered no escape. Luckily, Luis notices that I'm walking around with only a paperweight and shares the love with ammo. Luis's ammo doesn't randomize either, which meant I never ran out of red 9 ammo and was able to have a blast shooting everybody. Mendez witnessed the slaughter of his own men, watching us from the pocket of a ganado. With unlimited pistol ammo during the mansion fight, I managed to get through it easily. Having unlimited pistol ammo stacked me up well with other ammo types too. After escaping the mansion, Luis went a separate way. No Luis means no free ammo, so I bought some gunpowder off the merchant in case I needed to craft ammo later. It's about this point in the run that I regretted selling my TMP. I've accumulated so much SMG ammo but don't have the means to use it, and the merchant doesn't have one for sale either. I saved as much ammo as I could in the next area by running past everyone since I knew the chainsaw girls would be more deserving of my bullets. My first attempt went well. I'd managed to take one down but unfortunately used all my ammo in doing so. My efforts to fight the other chainsaw girl with my knife were measly. Don't bring a knife to a chainsaw fight, guys. Attempt number 2 was horrendous and I died within seconds. Attempt number 3 started better. I received better randomized loot drops and managed to deal a lot of damage to them. Although Leon was mid-kick when one of the chainsaws ripped through his leg and ended him. Attempt number 4 was too smooth. I killed both of them extremely quickly and I'm still unsure what I did wrong the first few times because they died way too easy this time. While killing the rest of the ganados that accompanied the chainsaw girls, I came across a beautiful item. An item I've been wanting since like the start of this chapter, 5 minutes ago. The LE5 SMG. I've been gathering SMG ammo since the beginning of this run, saving it until the moment of my greatest need. I had accumulated 270 bullets, all of which I planned to dump into Mendez's hunk of a body. I made my way to the merchant, sold all of my gear for 120k, fully upgraded my LE5 and fully upgraded my Magnum for the Mendez fight. Finding Mendez's eyeballs around the place is fun and all, but I want the real thing. I'm sick of these imposter eyeballs. I'm gonna go down there and rip him limb from oh. That was easy. 3 magnum bullets and 3 SMG clips? That's all he can take. On hardcore. I mean, I'm not complaining. At least now I can take his real... What is this? A pearl bangle? It looks like my hunt for Mendez's eyeballs continue. After destroying Mendez and stealing his necklace, Ashley and I made our way to the castle. My ammo situation was improving substantially since I picked up the LE5. It made the run a lot more enjoyable. To start chapter 7 off, Ashley and I dodged a bunch of catapults, killed absolutely everyone that hurt our feelings, and then stormed the gates. Storm the gates! I found an exclusive upgrade ticket and spent it on my Magnum. I feel like I'll need the high power weapon for Wolverine shortly. I met Salazar and killed all of his little minions. It seems Lady Luck didn't like Salazar's friends either because she rewarded me with another exclusive upgrade ticket. I love a fully upgraded paperweight. I was dreading going into the Garador fight since I only had a few magnum bullets, but turns out that's all I needed. 1 clean magnum bullet to the back and the Garador went down. Too easy. So I teabagged him to celebrate. Up next was the room that made me fail my knife-only run. The room where Ashley raises the platforms and Ganados come at her from every angle. The first section went well. I even managed to find an upgrade to my Magnum, the Killer 7. To complement my new Killer 7, I also found another exclusive upgrade ticket. Between the few bullets and the grenade that I had saved, the last section wasn't the easiest. My accuracy had to be on point, and I could only use my ammo on the enemies in the upper walkway. This meant a lot of running from and dodging enemies who were trying to kill me from down below. A flashbang towards the end did the trick so that Ashley and I could run off into the sunset together. Ashley's love for Leon didn't last long, however, because she then decided to stab us. I was thinking to myself how funny this would be if the cutscenes were randomized too. Imagine if she pulls out an RPG instead of the knife. After upgrading my Killer 7 fully and using my exclusive upgrade ticket, I was feeling pretty damn powerful. I now had one of the strongest paperweights in the game. This randomizer mod really teases you with all of the best weapons in the game but no ammo to use them. Since I couldn't fill the void with guns and money, I decided to chase a red zealot for his crimson flame. This was like a level straight out of Spyro, trying to chase the egg thieves around.
Oh, roasted!
I wasn't successful the first time because a few minutes later I got swarmed and my head ripped from my shoulders. My second attempt was a bit more successful and I managed to get the crimson flame. A Ganado did a backflip for me. I picked up another of Mendez's slobbery eyes and bought myself some body armor for protection. Considering I had 100 exclusive upgrade tickets at this point, I decided to use one on my knife. I also never had any ammo, so I don't think this was the worst idea. I ran past most of the enemies and made my way to the top of the castle ramparts to face the second troll of the run. This section was pretty tough considering I only had a knife and there were a lot of enemies in confined spaces. After dodging, ducking, dipping, diving and dodging, I managed to get to the top of the ramparts, shoot the troll in the face with a cannonball and blow open the gate to exit. I've been excited for chapter 9 for a while and no, not because I turn into Ashley. I was excited for the new upgrades that the merchant gives. You see, unlike other runs, this time I had the ability to upgrade almost everything. I fully upgraded my Stingray, Killer 7, LE5 and Red 9 all for a measly 1 million pesetas. Pocket change. Ashley and I made our way through the maze, I found a fighting knife, we lowered the flags and went back inside. To get into the next section we had to find 3 animal heads. This game has a weird fetish with animal heads. We started with the goat head room since it's the most challenging and I had already collected 2 before. I slaughtered absolutely everyone in here. Sure, I could have gone in, looted the area and come out with more ammo than I went in with, but I had major killing withdrawals. It felt good to be able to use my newly upgraded weapons for once. I let Mendez witness this entire slaughter fest. Once Leon had the goat head stashed somewhere, I grabbed the snake head and went into the armor room to get the final lion head. The armor guys here weren't overly difficult. I was running low on ammo, so I let the last few mutate and used a flashbang to finish them off. 200 IQ. After extracting the heads from his ass, Leon placed them in their slots, got trapped, and then Ashley bailed on us. I'd probably bail on a guy that just pulled a goat head out of his ass too, honestly. I sped through Ashley's section pretty quickly, skipping most of the clock skip, nothing notable or randomized here. Once again, the lack of ammo available in this run really hindered me because in the next section I had two options. Either run past all the bugs and into safety or exterminate them all to ensure my survival. There was no alternative considering how many bugs there were here. Initially I tried to run from them to save myself some ammo and heals, but yeah, that didn't work. I spent the next 10 minutes fighting every bug and its mother, watching my ammo climb and fall like my Dogecoin portfolio. I managed to get both doors unlocked and escape with only a few magnum bullets left. But that room was only the beginning because up next was something much worse than a few hundred bugs. The first Garrador took one bullet from the fully upgraded Killer 7. The next one was a bit stronger however, and it took 3 to kill him. I was dreading this room initially, but I guess even if I only have a few bullets, those few pack a punch. Feeling all proud of myself for killing the Garrador so easily, I made my way into the sewers for a bigger challenge. And oh my, was it a bigger challenge. I was expecting Verdugo to eat a few of Leon's shots and explode everywhere. Wait, that doesn't sound right. I was expecting Verdugo to take a few magnum shots in his face and erupt everywhere, but this guy just kept coming. What I'm trying to say here is he had a lot of health. I went through each and every weapon spraying him with bullets, all while he was frozen too. He just kept enduring and attacking me. I used every single bit of nitrogen too. It was only on the final nitrogen shower that Verdugo gave up. When I say I had one bullet left at the end of the fight, I mean it. My ammo situation improved drastically in chapter 11 however because I was with Luis again, and that man's pockets were as deep as his ass. It felt amazing being able to kill everyone. I didn't have to worry about being accurate, looting everything, or only killing the tough enemies. Everyone here was treated equally and got a bullet to the dome. Diving into the middle of everything did come with its drawbacks though. I got destroyed by Molotovs and explosives every 2 seconds. On top of that, some farmer hit me across the face with his spade. The 2 trolls in the following area didn't pose much of a threat. Sure, they hit me down quite a bit and I was forced to use heals, but I took all 3 of them down relatively easy. Yes, all 3. You see, one of the trolls was pregnant with a golden chicken egg. Post-benightedness here. I nearly edited this line out because I was so confused why there were 3 trolls. My deepest apologies for the shitty joke. Both rail carts were simple, and for the first time in any of my challenge runs, I was allowed to kill absolutely everyone. My first time not having to worry about dying to the chainsaw guy because I couldn't fight back, or finding sneaky ways to pass this encounter without attacking. So, naturally, I killed everyone. After dismounting our rail cart, we ran past all of the bugs and made our way to the merchant, who kindly upgraded my fighting knife fully. You see, the fighting knife is also the knife that Krauser uses, so I wanted to see him taste his own medicine. And honestly, I think he's allergic to this medicine because it took 6 melee attacks and a kick to defeat him here. This was easier than in my knife only run, and that was unassisted. With Leon back on the surface, we made our way to the clock tower to finally confront Salazar. I wasn't too worried about saving my ammo for the Salazar fight in this section because I had a trick up my sleeve. So, rather than being cautious, I let my entire arsenal loose on these unholy ganados. I'm sure a lot of you have already guessed what the trick up my sleeve is by now, but I can assure you, it's better than 1 golden egg. I found a lot through this entire run and currently had 3 on my person. Don't ask where Leon was storing them. We all know that 1 gold egg damages Salazar a lot, and, well, it turns out that 2 kills him. Like, completely kills him. That's a serious allergy, man. You should get that checked out in the next update. Best part of it all was that Mendez watched the entire thing. Even Mendez saw how pathetic you are, Mr. Salazar. You know at the start of the game how I mentioned that I was never short of small keys to open drawers with? Well, they began to stack up, and since they're no longer needed after this point, I can sell them. All 19 of them. I'm surprised I only received 57k for them. I guess when you're rolling in cash, 57k seems like pocket change. In the next area, I attempted the laser turret skip. The very first time I ever tried this glitch, it worked, and I thought it was easy, but apparently that was just beginner's luck. 3rd time's the charm though, and we're through. I killed and looted my way through more enemies up ahead. This played out similar to most encounters. The only change being that the enemies are a bit tougher now, and a lot of them are armored up, and I feel like they also mutate more frequently. During a pit stop at the merchants, I bought myself a new case and an RPG, just in case I run out of ammo during a boss fight. I was well equipped for the first Regenerado encounter in the next area since I picked up the biosensor very early on in the run. I was not equipped for the next room with 4 Regenerados however, since I had no rifle ammo left. But luckily the biosensor fits on the SMG, making this room a lot easier than I thought it would be. I knew the SMG would come in clutch this run when my ammo for it started stacking up. I upgraded my keycard's access, killed a few more enemies, and then snuck into Ashley's room. After saving Ashley, I harnessed the power of Jesus and turned fish into, well, more SMG ammo. Equally as important as bread, I think. Ashley and I ran through the factory, killing every ganado that laid eyes on us. I mean, can you blame us? Absolutely sick of eyes at this point. I was finally at a point where my ammo wasn't the biggest hindrance and I could enjoy my upgraded weapons. I mean, it's only chapter 14, there's still plenty of time. Miley Cyrus time was a lot harder than I was expecting. Not long into the fight I had no ammo, no heals, no resources, and no health. It probably didn't help that I forgot to repair my body armor at the start. So, with a fresh outfit, I went for round 2. This time was a little bit easier, even if I had to use my RPG on the hundreds of bugs that entered the area. My RPG only took out like 2, but that's not the point, we made it in the end. Ashley and I ascended the factory floors, and once again, she was taken from me. Sad that my friend was taken, I went in search of the merchant for some retail therapy. I got the therapy I needed too, because I was up 378k and had plenty of ammo for the krauser fight ahead. I hit him with 2 magnum shots in the very first section to make him flash me. Not just flash me, that sounds weird. He flashed and flashbanged me. Yeah, that sounds better. I ran through his obstacle course and fought him during his first real phase. Again, this proved pretty easy. With a K7 shot to the head and a few SMG bullets, he ran like a little bitch. Unfortunately for his second phase, I was all out of magnum ammo, but that didn't bother me too much. For once in this run, I had plenty of ammo to make use of. He wasn't difficult, but being on hardcore, it did cost me a lot of heals since each hit dealt a large amount of damage. So, since he made me waste my heals, I gave him a good send-off. In chapter 15, Mike flew in to assist us, and you know, I was hoping that he would kind of be randomized into like Alduin or something. That would have just made the run. I killed my way through the ganados, picking up every ring, necklace, and purse they owned. Sure, it's nearing the end of the game, but that doesn't mean I'm leaving all these valuables sitting around wasted. I did try to take out the AA gun quicker than normal with a few frags, but that didn't work. Back to killing I go. It was no surprise that Mr. Mendez was still watching me. After all, I was literally suplexing ganados on fire. How could you not be entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
After expending all my ammo in the last section, I ran my little ass past all the ganados in the next section. There were so many of them and I barely made it out alive. That RPG was a hair away from hitting me. I saved Ashley and began my journey to the operating chair. The suspense was high. Would I be able to save Ashley in time? Would there be anything in my path? Did Luis give me the right key? What the heck is this?
What the fuck?
I'm kidding, but how funny would it be if Luis's key randomized into a unicorn horn? After saving Ashley, it was time for the saddler fight. The last obstacle of the run. I had a total of 6 rifle, 2 magnum, and 3 shoddy bullets. If those didn't kill him, I also had over 1 million coins in my pocket to throw at him until he begged for mercy. After pumping my ammo into his jelly kneecaps in the space of 4 milliseconds, I hopped down a level and looted some more. It was extremely hard to run and loot at the same time here between all of the bugs and his tower attack, but I did manage to stab his eye to deal some heavy damage. Since my inventory was void of all ammo, I used the next best thing. I threw a chicken egg at him. It did nothing, like nothing at all. After shooting, stabbing, and using explosive barrels on him, I felt like I could finish him off with my RPG. I'm pretty sure it popped all 4 of his nasty puss spots and that was his first phase finished. His second stage went just like any other run. Although it would have been too funny if Ada gave me a chicken egg to kill him or just threw a herb at me instead. I had the bare minimum towards the end while escaping the island. I was the richest man going but didn't have a bullet to my name. Rich and empty, just like real life. Except I'm not rich. All in all, this one took us just over 6 hours and we received an A rank for our efforts. I also managed to kill over 600 enemies, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I know that a randomizer gives the same weighting to every item in the game, so there's an equal chance to receive each item. But I feel like if there was more of a chance to pick up ammo, or if the merchant sold ammo or gunpowder, this mod would be perfect. I had an absolute blast playing this one though, it really changes up the playstyle. The limited ammo made sure I used each weapon equally, including my knives when times got tough. Not only that, but I also had more than enough money to upgrade my weapons fully and buy first aid sprays so that I could dive into some tough encounters. If you guys enjoyed this one, then leave a like, and if you didn't, a dislike. Let me know in the comments below what the best mod you've ever installed was. What mod gave you a completely new perspective on a game or completely refreshed it for you? I really hope you all enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until next time.